Hey guys, welcome back. Today I would like to explain to you guys, to the best of my ability, of why Chicken Genius has very negative sentiments about the market. So I have friends messaging me about why CGS preaches time in the market beats timing the market, and even God cannot beat dollar cost averaging. But now that Tesla is at $600, why is he warning people to stop buying the fucking dip? So today I will try my best and explain to you guys why. Initially, it was the right choice to stay in the market because the government was incurring a lot of debt. If they raise interest rates too much, then all the taxpayers' money will have to be used to pay just the interest. I personally thought that they are unlikely to go down this path because this would mean that there's no money to be used for social spending. We thought that they will keep interest rates low. But fast forward to 24 February when Russia invaded Ukraine. These two nations are the countries with the natural resources, the oil, the natural gas. They are food exporters. These two nations having war with each other is going to cause the world to not function properly. We are already in a situation where there are too much dollars chasing too few goods, and this has already caused inflation problems. Now, as Chicken Genius pointed this out, we are short of 1.5 million barrels of oil each day. If you are the Saudis, if you are in the OPEC, a rise in price of oil is how you make a lot of money. You are not going to increase production, and this is why CGS thinks that oil is going to hit $200 per barrel with this shortage. And now we have a problem of too much dollars in circulation and there is too little production or supply of oil. So your agriculture, your aviation, your shipping, your transport system, your manufacturing, and other things, if the cost of energy is increasing rapidly, and if businesses don't increase their price, their profit margin will be squeezed. Everyone have lesser dollars to spend, and this will trickle down to the whole economy. And let's think in terms of the US politicians' perspective, and let's connect the dots together. What Biden and Democrats wants is to be re-elected. So what they are going to do to get re-elected is to quickly bring down this inflation problem. And there are two ways to do it. So the first way is you find ways to quickly solve the supply problem, which we now know that the OPEC and Saudis are not going to do so. It is not in their incentive or benefit. So there is no increased production of oil. So the second way to solve this inflation problem is to destroy the demand for all these raw materials and commodities that are essential and basic to our living. And this will definitely create a recession, especially when you are making policies to get people to spend lesser at the start of the supply chain. So how they are going to do it is to increase interest rates dramatically, and that will reduce the amount of credit in the system. And since credit is actually the majority of our money, our physical money is actually not that much. So when credit and debt is reduced, this will slow down the rate of how fast money flows. People are also incentivized to save because of high interest. This further slows down money velocity. Money tightens, valuations of company will also come down. So on top of that, recession is going to be triggered by demand destruction. Lesser people are going to spend, companies won't be as profitable as before. So valuations coming down, profits coming down, lesser profits, lesser hiring, lesser salary for everyone. And this will be a downward spiral for 2 years until the problems are solved and interest rates come down. Hence, I think this is why Chicken Genius was very bearish on the market. So I actually made a lot of videos warning you guys about this. I'm not sure if enough people see it because I posted those videos when no one was talking about it, and hence the algorithm doesn't push the videos out. But this was what I said in March 2022. It's also not in US strategic interest to protect Ukraine. Ukraine definitely matters more to Russia. So what they do is they sanction and block free trade in hopes of crippling Russia's economy. The world is so interconnected now that doing so just cripples everyone. At the same time, China is a rising adversary and US is a declining power. What this means is that all the superpowers will now have their own sphere of influence. US, EU, China and Russia. There will be supply chain shock. Cost of energy, commodity and food is going to skyrocket. There will be no more free trade between everybody. We now have too much supply of printed money, but shortage of commodities and energy. Ukraine and Russia are major food, energy, commodity exporter to the whole world. No ships dare to go to Ukraine's seaport. No insurance company dare to insure these ships. I see this war prolonging, with both sides unable to achieve victory and their objective, and commodity prices are going to remain shockingly expensive. To slow down price increase of our basic necessity, the Fed and central banks around the world will have to increase interest rates dramatically, removing liquidity from the society, slow down money velocity as much as they can. Now if this happens, we are heading towards price continually climbing, decreased output, and we are going towards a stagflation. Energy, commodity, food, logistics, and manufacturing are the backbone of the economy. It sucks that we just came out of the pandemic crisis and now we are going back towards a recession. After connecting the dots and knowing it is going to be a multipolar world, countries are spending heavier on defense, free trade is decreasing, commodity and price of goods increasing rapidly, and interest rates most likely going to increase super quickly. We are heading towards a bear market. What I have shared a week or a month ago is already irrelevant. The situation have changed. Let's take a look at this clip.
Or the most frustrating part of this, you have to reject patterns. Our brains like patterns and narratives. They fall in love with their own ideas. So once you've done all this hard work and I've created these scenarios and it's all beautiful, recognize that tomorrow's a new day. Something could have happened that completely changes your model, and you got to throw it out and start it all over again. Just because something happened even yesterday doesn't mean that your model is going to actually work today. So you have to have a really limber, flexible mind. I always repeat the Socrates quote that the beginning of knowledge is really the awareness that you don't have any. So don't fall in love with your own ideas. Don't think that just because it was a really good idea a week ago that something hasn't materially changed that's going to actually change it.
Okay, if you guys find this video useful, do help me out by liking this video and help me subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 2K subs. Thank you so much and I will see you next week.